Oh, snap. Max, say you want to deliver, I'll bring a pizza to you. Shout out to Ed Rizzo for getting the final out. There's no need for Cleveland fans to sit there and pout. Take me out to a ball game, put the flavor in your ear. Debate Stephen A. Max will make a champion this year.
So the MVP race every year has been one of repetition. 11 out of the last 15 have played the QB position. But this is the year, in my opinion, that trend will hit remission.
Now it's time for the offense to make a statement behind, what's his name? Oh yeah, Simi. I almost forgot. Because in recent weeks, I haven't been seeing a lot.
First Take called me. I'm ready for my debate. Molly Karen make it happen. Bart Scott, can't wait. What the hell is going on?
I wish I could make it happen.
What is all of this? What do you want to be rappers?
Yeah.
These are
you asked for flavor, they brought flavor.
And they brought flavor, but they want to be rappers. I mean,
from like the
this
late
ain't
80s.
love and hip hop.
That's also like
that's
the type of thing you would see from like the late 80s.
Yeah. They didn't even get 90s with it.
I don't know about that.
Well, guess what, everybody? Tomorrow is
Game
the
on.
day that everyone has been waiting for.
I have been a very, very busy man.
Okay.
But I looked through some of them last night. I'm going to look through more tonight, and we'll announce our winners.
Tomorrow.
There we go. So I'm going to look through some of them tonight.
Can't wait.
Okay, I'm going to look through more of them tonight.
I can't
How do you want to
see
work? Do
these
you want me
folks.
to beat them for you in case anyone's really good? Are you all right? You want me to play traffic cop?
Well, you know, you can't handle them. Me is another matter. So, I mean, yeah, I get your point.
It's going to be good.
We'll
Cannot wait.
do what we can. We'll do it.
All right, but what about Thanksgiving football? Is that going to be good? The Washington Redskins enter a critical stretch in their pursuit of a playoff berth, and their head coach, Jay Gruden, made it very clear how he feels about a schedule that takes his team to Dallas on Thanksgiving Day, right after a Sunday night game. Gruden saying, quote, I don't think it's really fair, no, but we have to deal with it. The biggest thing is you worry about the health of your football team. So we should note that all other teams that have to play on Thanksgiving played at 1 o'clock except the Redskins. Max, is Washington at a disadvantage?
Yeah, they are. I wouldn't say it's huge, but it's not insignificant entirely. This is common sense, and when someone makes a point like this, instead of everyone jumping on them because, well, it's a couple hours, the league should probably acknowledge, when someone's playing a Thursday game, oh, it's a great honor to play on Thanksgiving. Oh, okay, ask the players if they really want to be playing on a short week on Thanksgiving. Probably the answer is no for the vast majority of them, but whatever. You do get the national slot. It is a highly watched game. It's a very watched game. The point is, if you're going to play in that game, you probably shouldn't play the late game Sunday night because on a short week, every hour counts. And the difference between those, however many, 10 hours or whatever, what is it, about 7 hours? It makes a difference when that's like a significant percentage. It's not an insignificant percentage of the time between when you last played and when you next play. Is it a huge deal? No. But coach brings up a valid point, and the league should probably say, yeah, you know what? We shouldn't schedule you for the latest game on Sunday when you got a game on Thursday.
I don't think it's valid at all. But let me state why. Because I don't give a damn what the Redskins feel. I don't want to hear it. Excuse me, Washington Redskins. Max, watch out here. Didn't y'all sit up here and call me out? Y'all said y'all are the kings of the NFC East, right? What did I say, Molly? What did I say, Molly? What did I say, Max Kellerman? This is weeks ago. What did I say? I'm sorry. You ain't even in first place. Put that camera back on me. You ain't even in first place. The Dallas Cowboys were. Whoa, who do you play Thanksgiving Day? Dallas. Who's in first place? Dallas. Chris Baker and the rest of the crew. What's up? What is up? What you gonna do? I want to hear nothing about, we had a disadvantage. Jay Gruden, get the hell over it. You know what? Your brother's a genius. He's a football genius. Tell him to help you out. He does Monday Night Football all the time. You can pick up the phone. You got him on speed dial. That's your big brother. Holla at a brother. Do that, okay? Call him. You do what you got to do to get yourself ready for Thursday afternoon, Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much turkey. Don't sit up there and lose your perspective. Make sure you're ready now because the Redskins told us. They told us. Am I lying? Did they not tell us
I hope
that they're the kings of the NFC East? Did they not? Did they say we
it.
this?
Well,
we the
they're the reigning
They were the reigning NFC
East
East champions, for what that's worth.
They're the reigning NFC East champions. That's what they said.
Yeah.
This is our house. Ain't that what they said?
And by the way, they weren't in first place when they said that.
And they were not in place when they said that. They ain't in first place now. By the way, you got a quarterback that's the third leading passer in passing yards of the NFL. Okay, you got him. You got Deshaun Jackson. You got Pierre Garçon. You got Jordan Reed back. You got Matt Jones. You got this kid Robert Kelly running the football well. Your offensive line is protecting you well. The defense, led by Josh Norman and the crew, have stepped up. What's the excuse? You trying to tell me that because you played at 8 o'clock instead of 1 o'clock, that's going to be your excuse? That really? I can see if the Dallas Cowboys had a bye week or something. No. Dallas played this weekend too. So the only difference between Dallas and you is that you had a game about 5 hours later. That's going to be your excuse? Stop. Shut up. I don't want to hear nothing from the Redskins. Handle your business. I know it's Thanksgiving. I know a lot of dudes want to grub and all of that other stuff. Sorry, you got to wait until after the game. Dinner starts at 6 o'clock in most places, sometimes earlier, whatever the case may be. There's a 4 o'clock game, so you'll eat a little bit later. That's about all. I don't want to hear anything from Jay Gruden. I don't want to hear anything from the Redskins. You lose this game, understand it's going to put you behind the 8 ball, even though you'll still have a wild card edge over the loser of Minnesota, Green Bay, whomever, or Detroit, rather. The bottom line is this. If you are the Redskins, this is a pivotal game. It's important. You need it. And more importantly, you talk smack. The #1 team in the division is waiting for you. Handle your business. Handle your business.
Well, that's a valid point you can't make excuses. You just got to beat the Cowboys, and you really got to beat the Cowboys. We need to pick up a game on them. The Giants do by week 13. What was the question, Molly? Could you read that question again? It's right over here.
Yes.
Sure.
See that question?
Is Washington at a disadvantage?
They're not at a disadvantage.
They're not at a disadvantage.
No.
The answer is yes.
No, they're incentivized. They're
on a
incentivized.
short week.
Please.
You know,
Dallas had a short week, too.
You know that football players can't get out of bed for a couple of days after a game.
These guys ain't getting to make that excuse.
Monday night, Tuesday night. So they're able to get out of bed on Wednesday. They got to play on Thursday.
Not from
every
them.
hour counts.
Not from these Redskins. Oh, no, not these Redskins. Oh, no. I don't want to hear anything from the Redskins. Oh, no. Win this game. Win this damn game.
It's a great
Handle your business.
You're making a great point, but the answer is they are at a disadvantage.
No, because the Dallas Cowboys played the same day.
Yeah, earlier in the day.
A few hours, really?
Yeah.
A few hours. A few hours.
Are you just trying to get them fired up? Because you know what? You know what? Time out. I want my camera. Let me tell you what's happening right now. This is called an ulterior motive. Stephen A. is trying to get you guys fired up because he does not want to have the Cowboys ruin his Thanksgiving feast at his crib. That's what it is.
Let me tell y'all something right now.
You know what? I'd like to change my answer.
I'll tell you right now.
That's no excuse.
You
better beat the Cowboys.
Here's the deal. The Redskins talked a lot of smack. Handle your business. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys
played. You want the Cowboys to lose.
Listen, hey, you want me to put it to you this way? One point to you this way. Yep. The Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys probably went to bed at the same time.
Having played,
they probably went to bed at the same time. They probably went to bed at the same time.
One of them has a quarter of a day less. That counts.
Listen, a quarter of a day. Really?
Yes.
That's where you are.
Stephen A. is not in the excuses business.
No.
You know people who play in the NFL.
That's
By the way, Marcellus Wiley, who I worked with for 5 years, 10 hours a day, would talk about keeping a jar by the bed because he couldn't get up to use the bathroom for a couple days.
You know what else?
Yes.
You know what also Marcellus Wiley will point out? That if he opened his mouth and yapped the way that they did, he wouldn't have that excuse. Oh, no. Oh, no. Redskins, put that camera back on me. Washington Redskins, Thanksgiving afternoon. Handle your business. What's up? What is up? Handle it. No excuses. Handle your business.
You would have been like a Bill Parcells.
It's a clever strategy because he's being so obnoxious that he's actually motivating the team.
Whatever.
I told you.
You call it obnoxious or whatever.
I know
I'm speaking facts. Handle your business.
I know him.
I heard all the yapping.
All right.
They better.
Should they handle their business?
Who's in first place? Who's in first place? This is the Cowboys.
Something just occurred to me. I think they should handle their
business properly or improperly. The way Texas has handled the Charlie Strong situation has been questioned after he addressed the same media that reported he was fired.
And the administration have, like Mike and I, we spoke yesterday, and he said, hey, coach, you will be evaluated. You got one game left. Let's go get this game, and you will be evaluated at the end of the season.
You said you wanted to.
Third-year coach in the NFL, but, I think we really got to look at all those things. We got all these cameras, and we can't get that right, I didn't think Hopkins was out of bounds, but the whistle had blown, so I didn't, I couldn't challenge that play even though I threw my flag, so they didn't give me the timeout because the whistle had blown, but I thought he was in bounds. So start there, and then list all the things that I could have challenged.
All right, Stephen A. Mike Tomlin complaining about this after Sunday, clearly officiating an issue right now. How do you fix it?
First of all, I think personally that coaches should stop being fined for calling out officials. Everyone else is accountable, and it shouldn't be at the sole discretion of the league office to sit up there and view things in hindsight and retrospect, go back to the film and say, okay, we realize you made this mistake, and announce it to the world and to move on. If you're willing to concede and announce publicly that an official has made a mistake, then a coach whose job could be on the line has every right to speak adamantly after the game about a mistake officials have made. Last night, that was a bona fide mistake. DeAndre Hopkins, that was a touchdown. I remember with this kid, Tyler Boyd, with the Steelers and Bengals. That was a missed call. I remember Julio Jones. There was a pass interference that wasn't called against Richard Sherman. Now, Richard Sherman and I had spoken afterwards, and he talked about you didn't see the push-off prior to me hitting him. So Richard Sherman has his own, his own valid argument. But nevertheless, that was a missed call for the cameras. Of course, we know the Richard Sherman roughing a kicker call that wasn't called against the Buffalo Bills. That's just to name a few. And when you have these calls being missed, it's a problem. Now, the officials are not full-time. They're part-time workers. I don't know if that's the answer, to be quite honest with you. But I do believe in an era where technology is clearly so advanced, there are so many things that have transpired, and there are so many ways for checks and balances where the element of human error doesn't have to be so pronounced and profound. There is no excuse for the league to continue to allow these officials to make these kind of mistakes. They need to clean this up.
All right, get your oven mitts ready, because I have a hot take for you,
oh, boy.
Okay?
Here we go.
There is no problem with the officials. There's no problem. It feels like that to fans nowadays because fans are much more knowledgeable than they used to be, partly because of ESPN and other places informing fans and the broadcasts being filled with expert analysts and now former officials as the unofficial official on the broadcast. Everyone's an expert. The proliferation of fantasy football, et cetera, has more people interested, even in decline as the ratings have been recently. It's the most popular entity in American entertainment, period. Everyone's an expert. There are cameras everywhere. They're high def. So we see everything that we didn't used to see, and we catch more mistakes than ever before. There's social media, so the outrage is amplified immediately. But there's actually, and look, they're doing the best they can. In this situation, I don't even understand the argument. You're saying with all the cameras around, coaches complaining that with all the cameras around, they should have caught that. In the moment, they blew it. If, by the way, from some pictures you go, that was really close.
So you thought he stepped out?
There's one still picture that can make the argument that, in fact, his foot was on the chalk. But the point is, even if he didn't, and even if they shouldn't have blown the whistle, at the moment they did, you can't review, you can't do anything because the defense stops playing. And to assume he would have scored, because likely he wouldn't have stumbled or something like that, you can't make that assumption. So that was, if you believe they blew the call, you just have to live with it. Even with instant replay, even with different rules, that call would have still been blown. The officials will never be perfect, even with if you computerized everything, it still would be imperfect. Some things would be missed. Now, do you remember what it was with the replacement refs? Were they better or worse? They were significantly worse.
Yeah, we cheered when they came back.
Because these are the best in the world. It's just that
this is a rule issue.
Football has Byzantine rules. It's a complicated sport.
Byzantine?
Yes, it's complicated.
The Byzantine Empire.
In other words, it's not
Even I know about
basketball. One of the reasons basketball is exporting so well all over the world is it's accessible. Anyone watching basketball knows exactly what they're looking at. The rules are very quick to learn. Football, they're so complicated. Your team scores, you don't even know if it's going to stand.
They should be able to challenge that.
Let me tell you where
That's always going to be that way.
Let me tell you where I think you're confusing the argument. I don't think folks are complaining about the officials. They're complaining about the lack of corrections in an age of technology where the NFL has gone out of its way to say we are advanced, we have gotten exponentially better. We're doing this, we're doing that, and more importantly, we are blatantly and flagrantly going about the business of trying to eliminate human error from the equation, and technology is assisting in that. So if you have a coach, yeah, that particular call with DeAndre Hopkins may be valid in terms of the whistle was blown. But when you've got Tomlin and you've got Rex Ryan and you've got, you know, Quinn and others that have a bevy of complaints to point to where the human error should have been corrected because the technology is there and it coincides with the rules that are in place to facilitate addressing it, and you still don't do it.
Condition.
That's a problem.
On one condition. I'll fix it for everyone right now if you really want me to fix it. There needs to be people from league headquarters in New York somewhere reviewing the plays immediately on video and making a call within 15 or 20 seconds.
Okay.
They still won't get it 100% right because if you review it for 2 minutes, you might get an even more accurate call. But generally, sitting on your couch, within 15 seconds, you know the call better than the ref did. So if you can do that and not slow up the game because you can get an immediate better call, fine.
That's good.
That's one way you can.
Coach should be able to challenge
it. Well, then say that.
Well,
because you were
assuming there's a problem.
But you were acting like there was no problem.
The question is, how would you fix the refs?
But you were acting like there was no problem is what I'm trying to say.
It's not that you can't get even better calls. It's that the refs aren't broken, one, and two, that play, it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
It's not about the refs being broken, but it is about, you know, you're trying to eliminate human error. You've been flagrantly going about the business of doing so. Then, damn it,
that
do it.
That just wasn't the play to make that point on.
I agree with that.
They should be able to challenge it.
I agree with that.
Coming up next, we have another unhappy coach. Jay Gruden thinks his team is being treated unfairly, which means we might not get to see this reaction from Cousins on Thursday against the Cowboys.
Ooh-wee! 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 Ooh-wee!
What does Cousins know about that song?
Here at ESPN.